This is great to be here. This is a bit of an emotional night for the kid, for Daddy, because what happened is some of you might have read about it on the tabloids or on TMZ or AIDS. And what happened is I did a little time in the hospital, and ma'am, I wasn't going to come out tonight. And little Waddy talked me into coming out. He says, come on out, do some improv. And I'm going to just, right out of the gate, I'm going to set this up. This is not my wheelhouse. I don't do improv, gang. But little Waddy said laughter's the best medicine, and so I'm going to come out here and give it a little crack, ma'am. You ever heard that word, crack? You will. Sir, if you could sit the fuck down immediately. Are you a hunchback or something? What the... This fucking guy bent over like Dolly Parton at a dildo festival. What the... Sir, if you could stop sucking your drink like a Galapagos tortoise. But if I could get, is the sound guy up there, if I could just get a little heat on, Daddy likes a little heat. If you could make it just a little louder. Don't you think it needs a little heat, gang? Yeah. Just a little heat. Daddy likes to run hot. And so, before I just try to do this improv game that they're talking about, I want to tell you a little about what happened. I had a health concern, and thank God for modern medicine, gang. I had some horrible abdominal cramps. I don't know if anyone here has had them. Ma'am, you look like you have. Ma'am? And I had these horrible cramps. It was almost like picture yourself after 4 Dairy Queen sundaes. You're at an IHOP bathroom, and you do a loaf so big you fly up and hit the ceiling fan. This guy right here. So I go to the doctor, and he recommends an ultrasound. And so I lay down, they put the Vaseline on my tum-tum, and they... Ma'am, if you could fuck off immediately. So they put the Vasi on Daddy's tum-tum. And, you can literally look inside. Have you ever had an ultrasound, my tender love? I mean, of course, when you're not busy screaming for the babies out in the corn. So I'm laying there, and they're rubbing the ultrasound on Daddy's tum-tum. And holy fuck me tender on a gravy-soaked meatloaf train, hey? I look at the ultrasound, holy f***, all you can see is movement, just movement all around. Holy f***, 7 puppies. 7 puppies, so that was the first thing. Now I gotta go for this other procedure, and I gotta go over and get a cesarean section. So now they cut Daddy open, and I'm laying there, Papa don't preach, I'm keeping the baby, that old Madonna chestnut. Ma'am, if you could turn around and look backwards, I don't like your attitude. And if you could clap when you're supposed to. So now I go in for a cesarean section, and they cut Daddy open deep, they cut him hard, and they're pulling out puppies right, left, and center. Oh, f*** me tender, there goes a golden retriever, hey? Oh, f*** me tender in the night, there goes a basset hound, hey? And they're pulling these f***ing puppies out of me like a fatty sucking shrimp at a Golden Corral with a diarrhea straw stuck up his nose. And finally they get down to the last one and it's clogged, right? It's clogged. You ever hear this thing where they got to protect the mother because if they do something wrong, the mother's going to die giving childbirth? Have you ever given birth, my love? Okay, well, maybe next time think about it so it doesn't fuck up my show. Ass munch. So now we got one last puppy and she's stuck behind my uterus right near my uvula. And they pull the uvula and the uterus apart and they can't get to her. And they say, you're going to have to pass her. Anyone have a kidney stone? So you look like you got one on your forehead. Ma'am, if you could f*** off nice and fast. Little faster. Like a real fucking Usain Bolt fuck off. If you could not raise your hand and scratch your head. And so now they say I gotta pass the last puppy like a kidney stone. So here I am standing over the toilet at the IHOP down on Melrose, just pushing. Have you ever tried to pass a kidney stone? Well, try passing a 7-pound fucking puppy. So I push it through and I like, holy f***, plops out into the toilet. I pick the infant child up like baby Jesus from the manger. And right away I start crying. I'm like, my God, my boy, my tender boy has melanoma. This puppy had black splotches all over him. And my tender child has melanoma, my child. And then some fatty came out of the other shitter. And he says, sir, you're holding up a Dalmatian. And I'm like, but I'm feeling better and little Waddy, L-I-L, apostrophe L, Waddy. By the way, my doctor at Cedars-Sinai, Dr. Anthony Feinegrind is how you say his name. I don't know why, but it's... whenever you talk to him, you got to say, Anthony Feinegrind. So let's try this improv stuff. Again, not in my wheelhouse, but let's give it a pop. Let's do a pop and drop. What we'll go into the crowd, and if anybody's got a word or an expression or a suggestion they want to yell out, and we'll see. What is it, sir? Well, that guy had his hand up. I like the politeness, sir. Yes, sir, you have your hand up. Dentist. Dentist? Okay. Baseball. So I'm at a baseball game the other day. Fucking Koala Otani, that Japanese guy. Koala fucking Panzerotti comes up to bat. This guy f***ing hammersmiths it. You know, have you heard that term? So just hammersmiths it. Kind of the way you hammersmith your wife in the middle of the night. This f***ing guy right here. Johnny f***ing Hammersmith over here. This f***ing guy just hammersmiths his wife till her fucking head goes through the drywall and she gets f***ing copper lead on her fucking tarantula eyes. And that's improv. I improv that. But this baseball player, right? Kanali Wahuanquak or whatever the fuck, just hammersmiths it right into the crowd, hits a fucking dentist right in the face. And that's right off the top, gang, right off the top. Folks, have you heard, ma'am, if you could sit the fuck down immediately? Has anyone heard of sensory overload? Because what I just experienced right there is very similar to what I went through when I was serving in Vietnam. Now, one at a time for the improv suggestions. Yes, ma'am.
Disturbing kinks?
Disturbing kinks, ma'am. You're a little too close to the stage. I usually like my suggestions from at least 40 feet back. Anybody? Yes, so you very politely put your hand up.
Escorts.
Escorts? Okay, great. Sir, I just fucking got one. Escorts. No, these are throat exercises because I have to clear my gullet before my vulva. Escorts. I was at a beautiful restaurant, a high-class restaurant the other day, and I was looking at the menu, and I was in the mood for something a little exotic, and I said, waiter, I'd like to try these escorts. And have any of you ever eaten snails at all? You dip those escorts in butter, and they just slide right down your throat like a Chinese roller coaster on the bottom of Barry Manilow's dildo drawer. Sir, if you could not laugh like Satan, the holy. No, I mean, I'm doing a show. I don't need Rosemary's baby over here cackling like he just pitchforked an old lady's soul in the grimy brimstone of hell. Why don't you go to Sting's house and sniff his ball bag? And that was improv. I just made that up. And let's do one more quickie, and then I'm going to bring little Waddy out. Yes, ma'am. I like how you politely put your hand up. Outer space. Excellent, excellent. And as we know, ma'am, outer space is infinite, isn't it? There's no end or beginning to outer space. So basically, ma'am, you fucked this whole crowd because I'm going to talk until we all fucking die. And that was the bet. Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is not my wheelhouse. Thank you, sir. Sir, if you could cross your legs, you look like Sharon Stone waiting for a tadpole to swim up your swamp. But let's bring little Waddy out here, gang. Let's get little Waddy. Let's get little Waddy out here.
Keep it going for Harland Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
I tried. F*** off. F*** off. Sir, f*** off immediately. Oh, that's my dad. Sorry. All right, I'm going to hand it over to you, little Waddy. This is not my wheelhouse.
Well, don't handle it over all the way because we're going to do this together. We're going to take some suggestions together, all right?
Okay.
Halloween? Yeah.
Bowling.
What was the last year you trick-or-treated?
What year was it last year?
That was 2023 last year.
2020. I didn't get one candy. Guess what I went out as?
Huh.
AIDS COVID.
Well, Harlan, what was the costume for AIDS COVID?
Your wife? Dude, it's improv, bro. Sir, if you could stop being Helen Keller-esque. This guy's over here hitting a punching bag.
I think it was more Arsenio than Helen Keller.
I think it's more like, let's hang this guy up in front of 7 priests and let them go at it.
I guess he was asking for it.
Yeah.
Good vibes. I feel like you're one of those guys who I see you and I'm like, this guy has good vibes about him.
Yeah. And look, I've never talked about this before. Mm-hmm. Top drawer beside my bed, laid out in a silk case, 18 vibrators. So you bet your ass good vibes, you pervert. Oh yeah, I'm bucking around in my bed all night like Helen Keller in a bouncy house. Sir, if you could not be fucking retarded.
Salem witch trials.
Oh, wow.
Do you believe in witches, Harland?
I do believe in witches, yeah.
Yeah.
I love witches. Remember, I was in a tornado once. I was in a tornado, and this f***ing witch went by on a bicycle. What the fuck are you doing? I said she went by on a bicycle so you didn't have to squat down to take a shit.
She was riding on the
Oh,
bicycle.
yeah, do that. I'll do the music.
Okay.
I'll get you, my pretty. And your little dog, too.
Oh, my little dog.
I'm sorry they brought that up.
Sorry.
Do you think that if you were a woman around that time that you would have been tried as a witch?
Back when they did the witch
Back to
trials.
Salem witch trials, yeah.
I think there's a big possibility. Because back then, I was, and I think of myself as a bit of a pioneer, I was transitioning. I was a warlock, and I was transitioning into a witch. And that one didn't really go over too well, so do this, Aspen. Oh, don't you fucking start with that. Don't you make me go into my Indian accent, because that's one thing I can really do good when I improv. I am one of the best East Indian improvers you will ever see in your life. Do you do an Indian accent, my friend? I think you do,
Yes.
but maybe you don't want to get cancelled.
No, it's just not very good. It's like, okay, it's not amazing, but it's somewhat okay.
Dude, that was like an Armenian taxi driver.
You want good fare, buddy? What do you want?
I'm fucking Gandhi. Say hello to Uber over here.
Listen, you've gone too far.
Whoa. Waddy, little Waddy just power played me. Bobblehead sex, you ever done it?
They've watched me.
They've watched you.
Yeah.
Not even gonna do it. Oh, what's that, ma'am?
Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Longlegs. Did you hear that they are very poisonous, but their mouths are so tiny that they can't actually bite you and cause poison? That's fake?
It's fake. Okay, thanks, Autobahn. Fuck.
Do you have any scientific proof to? It's real easy to say something's fake just from the dark corner of a comedy club. That's fake, man. That's fake news right there about the
Hey.
Daddy Longlegs dude. That's freaking fake.
Like that, I've been bit all over my whole body, never died once. It's fake. I'll suck a tarantula off for a chocolate bar. And I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that, sir.
How do you think a Daddy Longleg was named?
Oh, interesting. Well, I think it might have been named, it was hanging on a clothesline, and some elves saw it, and some elves jumped up and said, let's hang from that spider's legs, and they jumped up and they pulled it down, and they stretched it, and the elves all said, that guy's not good at improv. And they meant me.
I think you're pretty phenomenal at improv. What do you guys say? Harland Williams, ladies and gentlemen. A standing ovation for that. Look at that! Look at that!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I studied at DeVry.
One more time for Harland Williams.